6 stretches you'll regret ignoring in 10 years. If you spend all day sitting between work, driving, and the couch, and think this won't have consequences in the future, unfortunately, you're mistaken. Poor posture and lack of mobility take a heavy toll as the years pass. Maybe not today, but time is relentless, and inevitably, one day, you'll wake up and it will be impossible to ignore chronic pain, locked joints, and even difficulties performing simple everyday movements. The good news is that our body is very adaptable, and you can still avoid this fate by starting now. That's why today you'll see 6 stretches that heal years of neglect to your own body, and if you ignore them, you'll probably regret it in 10 years or less. You don't need a gym, weights, or expensive equipment, just some intelligent stretches that restore your flexibility, relieve tension, and keep your body functioning in a young and healthy way. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your name and how long you've been training. Stretch number 1, Child's Pose. Child's Pose is one of the most ancient and powerful stretches that exists, originating from yoga and practiced for thousands of years. This gentle movement is particularly effective for those who spend hours sitting, as it relieves accumulated tension in the lower back, relaxes the back muscles, and provides a gentle stretch of the posterior chain. When performing this stretch, you directly work the spinal erector muscles, hips, and shoulders. The beauty of this movement lies in its ability to reverse the damage caused by poor posture, especially prolonged sitting that overloads our spine and shortens the back muscles. To execute it correctly, begin kneeling on the floor with your big toes together and knees separated at hip width. Now, sit on your heels and bend your torso forward, extending your arms in front of you. Your forehead should gently rest on the floor, while your hips remain in contact with your heels. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a comfortable stretch along the entire spine, especially in the lower back, and a sensation of relaxation spreads throughout the body. A common mistake many people make is tensing the shoulders or forcing the stretch excessively. Remember that the goal is to relax and create space in the spine, not to generate discomfort. Another frequent misconception is keeping the back arched instead of rounded, which significantly reduces the benefits. Child's pose should be maintained for 30 to 60 seconds, breathing deeply and slowly. I recommend performing 2 to 3 sets of this stretch daily, especially after long periods of sitting or before going to sleep. If you feel discomfort in your knees, try placing a cushion underneath them or between your glutes and heels. Stretch number 2, Downward Facing Dog. The downward facing dog is one of the most complete stretches that exist, combining the benefits of a stretch with strengthening multiple muscle groups. Originating from yoga, this movement simultaneously works various tension points that we accumulate throughout the day. This stretch targets practically the entire posterior chain of the body, from the heels to the upper back. It effectively stretches the calf muscles, hamstrings, glutes, and spinal erectors, while strengthening the shoulders, core, and arms. When practiced regularly, the downward-facing dog helps reverse the damage caused by hours of sitting, improving posture, and preventing chronic back pain. To execute correctly, begin in the 4-point position, with hands aligned with shoulders and knees aligned with hips. Take a deep breath and, as you exhale, raise your hips toward the ceiling, forming an inverted V with your body. Gradually extend your knees, trying to keep your heels on the floor. Keep your arms extended, with palms well supported on the ground and fingers spread. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a pleasant stretch in your legs and back, while your head remains aligned between your arms and your body weight is evenly distributed. A frequent error is excessively arching the spine or letting the shoulders rise toward the ears. Always keep your shoulders away from your ears, pressing them down and back. Another common mistake is trying to force the heels to touch the floor when flexibility doesn't yet allow it, which can overload the lower back region. Maintain the position for 30 to 45 seconds, breathing deeply. Perform 3 sets, allowing a brief rest between them. Over time, gradually increase to 60 to 90 seconds per set. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with long-term health in the world of bodybuilding. Stretch number 3, Pigeon Pose. The pigeon pose is one of the most transformative stretches for the hip, an area that becomes extremely rigid in people who spend hours sitting daily. This powerful stretch has its origin in ancient yoga practices, being recognized for its ability to deeply open the external hip rotators, a region frequently neglected even by regular physical activity practitioners. This stretch mainly works the piriformis muscle and other external hip rotators, while also stretching the gluteus maximus and the hip flexor of the back leg. Rigidity in these muscles is directly related to lower back problems, knee pain, and even sciatica. Studies show that most people with chronic lower back pain have significant tension in the hip musculature, demonstrating how this stretch can be both preventive and curative. To correctly perform the pigeon pose, start on all fours on the floor. Bring your right knee forward, positioning it near your right wrist. Slide your right foot toward your left hand, as far as is comfortable. Extend your left leg backward, keeping the inner thigh facing the floor. Keep your hips level and don't let them tilt to one side. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel an intense stretch in the glute of the front leg, without sharp pain in the knee or excessive tension in the lower back. A common mistake is allowing the hip to rise on the side of the extended leg, drastically reducing the effectiveness of the stretch and potentially overloading the knee of the front leg. Another frequent misconception is forcing the body downward, when the most important thing is to maintain proper hip alignment and allow the stretch to occur gradually. Maintain the position for 30 to 45 seconds on each side, performing 2 sets. Breathe deeply and feel the hip progressively relax with each exhalation. Over time, you can progress by maintaining the position for up to 90 seconds per side. The pigeon pose also offers benefits beyond hip flexibility. It stimulates the abdominal organs, aids digestion, and relieves stress stored in the pelvic region. For many people, this stretch triggers an emotional release, as we tend to store tension and repressed emotions in the hip area. Stretch number 4, butterfly position. The butterfly position is one of the most efficient stretches for opening the adductors and improving hip mobility, a region that becomes extremely rigid with the modern sedentary lifestyle. This stretch has ancient roots in Eastern meditation and physical conditioning practices, being particularly valued for its ability to restore the natural range of motion of the hip. This stretch primarily works the adductor muscles, located in the inner thigh, while also promoting a natural opening in the lower back and pelvic region. Rigid adductors are often ignored in conventional stretching routines, but their excessive tension can cause postural imbalances, knee pain, and even contribute to problems in the lower back and pelvic region. To execute the butterfly position correctly, sit on the floor with an erect spine and join the soles of your feet, allowing your knees to open to the sides. Hold your ankles or feet with your hands and keep them close to your body at a comfortable distance. Keep your chest elevated and your shoulders relaxed. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a consistent stretch in the inner thigh region, without excessive tension in the knees or discomfort in the lower back region. A common error is forcing the knees toward the floor, applying excessive pressure on them. The goal is not to push the knees downward, but rather to create a gradual and comfortable stretch in the adductors. Another frequent misconception is curving the back, which drastically reduces the effectiveness of the stretch and can overload the lumbar spine. Maintain the position for 45 to 60 seconds, breathing deeply and allowing the body weight and gravity to do the work. Perform 2 to 3 sets, relaxing briefly between them. Breathing is fundamental in this stretch. With each exhalation, try to relax the inner thigh muscles a little more, without forcing. The butterfly position goes beyond simply stretching the adductors. It stimulates circulation in the pelvic region, which can aid in reproductive and digestive health. It also promotes proper alignment of the pelvis, fundamental for good posture and prevention of lower back pain. For many people, this stretch provides a sensation of calm and relaxation, being excellent for reducing stress. Stretch number 5, supine spinal twist. The supine spinal twist is one of the most effective stretches for mobilizing the spine and relieving tensions accumulated throughout the day. This gentle movement has its origin in ancestral yoga practices and is widely recommended by modern physical therapists as a safe and efficient way to maintain spinal health. This stretch primarily works the rotator muscles of the spine, obliques, and spinal erectors, promoting a natural decompression between the vertebrae. Additionally, it gently stretches the glutes and hip stabilizers. With regular practice, the spinal twist helps restore the natural mobility of the spine, frequently compromised by excessive time in static positions, especially sitting. To correctly execute the supine spinal twist, lie on your back on the floor with your arms open in a T and your knees bent, feet supported on the ground. Keep your shoulders well supported on the floor throughout the entire movement. Exhaling slowly, let both knees fall to one side, rotating the hip but keeping the shoulders on the floor. Turn your head in the opposite direction to the knees to increase the stretch. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a comfortable stretch along the spine, without sharp pain or excessive discomfort. A common mistake is allowing the shoulders to rise from the floor, which significantly reduces the effect of the twist on the spine. Another frequent misconception is performing the movement quickly or abruptly when it should be executed slowly, with awareness and control. Maintain the position for 30 to 45 seconds on each side, breathing deeply. Perform 2 sets for each side, alternating between right and left. During the stretch, focus on completely relaxing the back muscles with each exhalation, allowing gravity to naturally deepen the twist. The spinal twist not only improves spine mobility, but also has positive effects on the digestive system, stimulating the abdominal organs and improving intestinal transit. It also helps reduce stress and tension accumulated in the paravertebral muscles, frequently overloaded by poor posture. For people with limited mobility or lower back discomfort, a useful modification is to keep a pillow between the knees during the twist, reducing the range of motion and stress on the lower back region. With regular practice, you can gradually reduce or eliminate the support, increasing the intensity of the stretch. Stretch number 6. Calf stretch against the wall. The calf stretch against the wall is one of the most efficient exercises to combat the rigidity that develops in this important muscle, but frequently neglected. The calf is considered the second heart of the body, as it helps pump blood from the lower extremities back to the heart against the force of gravity. When rigid, it compromises not only mobility and physical performance, but also blood circulation. This stretch directly works the 2 main calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and the soleus. The rigidity of these muscles is associated with various common problems, such as foot pain, plantar fasciitis, tendinitis in the Achilles tendon, and even contributes to knee and hip pain due to the compensations the body makes when walking. To execute the stretch correctly, position yourself facing a wall approximately an arm's length away. Place your hands on the wall at shoulder height. Advance one leg, bending the knee, and extend the other leg backward, keeping the knee extended and the heel firmly pressed against the floor. Lean gently toward the wall, keeping your back straight and the heel of the back leg on the floor. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a consistent stretch in the posterior part of the extended leg without excessive discomfort in the Achilles tendon. A frequent error is bending the knee of the leg being stretched, which significantly reduces the effectiveness of the exercise for the gastrocnemius, the largest muscle of the calf. Another common misconception is allowing the foot to rotate outward, when it should point directly forward to ensure an adequate stretch. Maintain the position for 30 seconds initially, gradually progressing to 60 seconds. Perform 2 to 3 sets for each leg. After stretching with the knee extended, you can slightly flex it to direct the stretch more specifically to the soleus muscle, which is deeper. The calf is predominantly composed of slow-twitch muscle fibers, which means it responds better to longer periods under tension. Therefore, it is beneficial to maintain the stretch for longer periods and perform it frequently throughout the day. To maximize the benefits, vary the position of the feet between sets. Parallel feet to work the entire calf, feet slightly turned inward to emphasize the lateral portion, and feet slightly turned outward to focus on the medial portion of the muscle. Regular stretching of the calves not only improves flexibility and reduces the risk of injuries, but also enhances the quality of everyday movements. Flexible calves allow better impact absorption when walking or running, reduce stress on joints such as knees and hips, and significantly improve balance and stability. Now let's learn about a bonus stretch that perfectly complements the previous 6. Bonus stretch, cat-cow. The cat-cow is one of the most complete stretches for the spine, alternating between flexion and extension in a fluid and controlled manner. This dynamic movement, originating from yoga practices, is exceptionally effective for improving spine mobility in all its segments and combating rigidity developed after hours in static positions. This stretch works the entire paravertebral, intercostal, and abdominal musculature, promoting complete mobilization of the spine, from the lumbar to the cervical region. It also subtly involves the core muscles, shoulders, and hips, creating an integrated movement that benefits the entire muscle chain of the trunk. To execute the cat-cow correctly, position yourself on all fours, with the wrists aligned with the shoulders and the knees aligned with the hips. Keep the neck in a neutral position, looking at the floor. In the cow position, inhale deeply while allowing the abdomen to relax toward the floor, raising your gaze and tailbone creating a concave curve in the back. In the cat position, exhale completely while pressing the hands against the floor, rounding the back upward, bringing the chin toward the chest and the tailbone inward. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a fluid stretch along the entire spine, without tension in the neck or lower back discomfort. A common mistake is performing the movement mechanically and quickly, without synchronizing it with the breath. Breathing is fundamental in this exercise. Inhale in the cow position and exhale in the cat position. Another frequent misconception is keeping the shoulders tense or elevated, which limits the mobility of the upper thoracic spine. Perform this movement in a fluid and controlled manner for 10 to 15 repetitions, maintaining focus on the quality of movement and breathing. The cat-cow is ideal to be done right after waking up, to awaken the spine after the period of immobility from sleep, and also at the end of the day, to undo the accumulated tensions. What makes this stretch particularly valuable is its dynamic nature, which allows not only stretching the muscles, but also lubricating the spine joints, nourishing the intervertebral discs, and improving proprioception, the awareness of the body in space. Many people report immediate relief from back discomfort after some repetitions of this movement. To maximize the benefits, concentrate on creating movement in all parts of the spine, not just the lumbar region. Visualize each vertebra moving individually, creating a wave that propagates from the tailbone to the top of the head. With regular practice, you will develop greater body awareness and segmental mobility of the spine. If you liked it and also want to discover 6 isometric postures to transform your entire lower body using only your body weight, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and God bless you, my friend.